Hello, Dearborn Heights residents. Again, we're here doing Meet the Directors, Meet the Chief. We have Chief Swope from the Police Department. Welcome, Chief.
Thank you.
So I'd like for the residents to get to know you. How long you been in law enforcement first?
So law enforcement, I started in 1998. So about just over 26 years now.
And how long you been with the Dearborn Heights Police Department?
So I've been with Dearborn Heights for a year and a half, just over a year and a half. Yeah.
So I'd like for the residents to know, more about you, what kind of training you've done, and some of your background.
Yeah. So I've been involved in policing for 26 years. I've pretty much done it all, right? So I went to multiple trainings. We have the normal trainings like active shooter and anti-bias policing and motor vehicle stuff. But administratively, I went to Eastern Michigan University's Staffing Command, Police Staffing Command. I also attended FBI LEDA, which is basically a administrative course put on by an organization associated with the FBI, which teaches administrative functions or programs and teaches you how to maneuver through certain things in police departments, local municipalities. I think that I've received quite a bit of training to allow me to be successful here in Dearborn Heights. The training opportunities that I've had, endless amounts. I was a crisis negotiator, certified in that, which is huge and allows me to really work with and be able to communicate with, not only my peers and subordinates, but also with the community.
Yeah. So, Chief, I know there's a lot of misinformation out there. People spreading misinformation about we're like 20 or 30 police officers, under. I'd like for you to actually let the residents know, exactly the status of that with PD.
Yeah. So the police departments, it's in good hands, and we're staffed. We always could use more staffing, right? But currently we're budgeted for 45 police officers. We have 43 currently employed. We have 2 in background. So hopefully we can have them hired here in a couple weeks. That'll put us at 45. So that's our budget numbers. But we just interviewed 6. So hopefully in the future we can have some type of amendment to where we could hire 6 more, because that'll put us closer to where we need to be. Our command staff is fully staffed. So now we just need to up some dispatch numbers, which we have candidates for that as well. So it's we're trending in the right direction. We have a lot of opportunity for our officers, and we have a lot of opportunities for the police candidates that want to work in Dearborn Heights.
So, Chief, what are some of the things that you've seen, things that changed in the last year and a half here at PD? Yeah.
Well, when I first arrived at the police department, I've noticed the level of professionalism was not where I wanted it to be. Our officers, do a great job, and they did a great job when we first arrived as well. But we always can get better. And what I've noticed over the last year and a half is our officers have really started to engage the community, better. But also they are more professional on police runs, right? They're doing their job better. They're writing better police reports. We're prosecuting criminals, at a higher rate. Crime rate is down, right? It's just our guys are doing a great job. So over the last year and a half, I really noticed that the professionalism in the police department has really increased.
And also, the residents, they love community policing. They want police officers, to engage residents. And I'm sure we're going to be doing more walks with, talking to the residents, see what their needs are. Yeah. And I know that was a good thing that we did. I'm sure you've seen the difference, that people really wanted us to be there on the ground, talking to them.
Yeah, no, it was amazing, reaching out to the community members while we were out there walking, and just having those conversations about, hey, what problems are we having in a neighborhood, right? I think most people in the neighborhood we were at, they didn't report many problems, right? Yes. I think we had a couple people talk about some larcenies from their vehicles, yes. But for the most part, people were very happy with what was happening in the neighborhood. So we want to reach out to our citizens and just become one, right? We're developing like a public information officer team. We actually have it in place, so we can share more information and be more transparent, and also receive more information, right, and solve more problems.
Yeah, that's exciting,
yeah.
actually. Yeah, I'd like. So for residents, like if they want to get a hold of, police department other than calling 911, what venues do they have? Like call like regular number, or like there's officers. What's the process? Residents like to see how they can engage more with our police officers.
Right. Well, the best thing to do would be to go to the website, the police department website. We have a lot of resources on there. Another thing to do would be to call the police department itself. But if you truly go to the website, you're going to see a lot of information on who does what. Right. If you want to contact the public information officer, that information is on there. Right. If you want to see what social media we might use, that information is on there. Our policies are going to be on there. So that is going to be our hub of transparency, and I think it's going to be super beneficial to have our residents, be able to navigate towards our website and receive the information they might need so they can get the answers they want.
Yeah, I've noticed that. I've noticed it myself. I've seen more stuff out there right now. And also a lot of residents, they're saying they're seeing a lot more activities. So they really appreciate that. So thank you for that. Last question is on resource officers. I know there's also misinformation that we're not going to supply resource officers to our local schools. So I'd like for you to actually let the residents know, what we're doing now.
Yeah, so our school resource officer program is an amazing program. Last school year, we were very successful in having 3 school resource officers in D7, Westwood, and Crestwood, so 3 total. This year, we added Star Academy, so that's going to be beneficial to our citizens here in Dearborn Heights, and for all the kids, right? Because hopefully we'll be more safe, and we'll be able to provide more resources to teachers and administrative staff and parents and the kids. By having our officers there. So our kids are being looked after by the Dearborn Heights Police Department. Hopefully we can have a additional person assigned to Crestwood within a month or 2. I really support the school resource officers. I know you do as well. Yeah. And I think there's a lot of people in the city that do, and we want to make sure that we are, we have a great program, and I currently believe that it can't get much better than the one we put out so far.
Yeah, and I know you and I have been on the ground, when they have school functions, especially last couple of weeks, we've seen the kids, the way they interact with our resource officers. So you got an amazing team right now doing that work with the students or with the kids. And I've seen how they take it, especially the parents, they see their kid, how they interact with the police officers. It's very heartwarming to see that, our police officers, they're out there, they're working hard, and they're trying to do what's best, especially for these kids. So thank you for that. I appreciate, the selections, making sure that the officers out there, they're trained and they're also working with our youth.
Yeah, and they love their jobs. I mean, if you watch these officers interact with the kids, it's not just the normal police-citizen interaction. It's much more than that, right? It's fist bumps, high fives, handshaking, hugs, smiles, laughing, every once in a while, a stern conversation. But it's amazing what this program has become, because 2-3 years ago, we didn't have school resource officers, or when we did, they quit, right? So what we have going on now is a huge benefit for everyone in our city. It's
amazing, but I encourage that. I know you do as well. Obviously, that's why we're looking for one more to be, more than what we were before. So thank you for that, Chief. I appreciate being here today, and again, thank you to our residents for joining us with Meet the Directors. I look forward to having another director here for the residents to meet. Thank you, and have a great day.